If you are coming to Satkosia and want to stay around a small village surrounded by dense forest, then Chhotkei Nature Camp is the place for you. It is 55 km from Angul rail station and it takes around an hour and a half to reach there on car. It is half an hour's drive from the Crocodile and Gharial Research Center and the boating point on Mahanadi River at Tikarpada. Chhotkei is a small village that will go through on your way to the camp. Paddy fields in the backdrop of forested Eastern Ghats hills make a unique landscape typical of this area. You will take a mud road through mango trees and dense bush to arrive at the gate of the camp. The camp has two types of accommodations. The tents covered on top by tin shed on the right hand side and standard brick room cottages on the left. We stayed in the tent. The premises has a circular road inside with the dining area at the middle. I was a bit apprehensive staying here as in a YouTube video I saw the generator had issues and visitors couldn't stay as electricity was not there. We didn't face any such issues. Trust it was addressed thereafter. However, we must always carry some battery backups just in case the power goes down as it is a remote area. The camp has a lot of trees and you will hear a lot of bird calls throughout the day. Carefully observe the terrain around these cottages to make yourself familiar with the place, as this is where Nightjars come at night and in dark you need to walk around this place. This covered area in the center acts as both reception as well as dining area. I personally felt the food was better than the Tikorpara camp. The kitchen is a bit far and the food is brought to the dining area. Tents are similar in all camps, are very good for a night stay in winter. In summer, you need to find AC rooms. There are extra blankets and a lot of plugs for charging. It has an attached room for changing and keeping luggage. The bathroom is outside the tent, but unlike Tikorpara, here it is almost enclosed. You won't have any geyser and need to ask for hot water in a tub. We were welcomed to the tent by an oriental magpie robin. Just behind the tent in a bush, we first heard and then saw a greater cockle. But the bird that will keep hearing and seeing whole day in the spring would be common cuckoo, and its gradually increasing voice as it sings. Just outside the camp, there is a large bush area around the road where we'll see a mixed flock of plain prinia and grey-breasted prinia. As the sun was setting, I realized there was no signal from Vodafone, Airtel or Jio. Heard BSNL has signal. You need to go to Purnakot area to get the signal. So please make those calls before coming to the camp and inform your family as well. The dusk was beautiful with red coloration due to setting sun. I was planning to do start trails as the area was expected to be dark. Found this place for positioning the camera. I did the start trail with GoPro and the time was not enough. Still, it made a decent video with the part of our tent in the foreground and the hill on the background. As we were starting our dinner, we heard calls of Nightjars coming from the cottage area. We ran to our rooms to get the camera and followed the sound to this tree. A large-tailed Nightjar was calling from the tree. Sadly, we didn't have any powerful torch. I tried with my headlamp, but it was not sufficiently bright to photograph the bird. Then started hearing calls of Jerdon's Nightjar from the tree near the main gate. There were 2 of them. Again, we could not take picture due to low light. We also heard calls of the Indian Nightjar from the road leading to the camp. 3 Nightjars in one night was a great memory. If you stay here, please carry a torch and take some good pictures of these Nightjars. I woke up in the morning by the calls of common cuckoo from close to our tent. It was a nice feeling compared to our urban life of waking up in mobile alarms or sounds of cars. I went outside and found it was eating something from the trash can on the ground. Seeing me, it flew to a nearby tree where I took this video. After getting ready, we went out for birding. The tree on the left of the gate was full of warblers. I felt someone with good bird call knowledge could have identified those birds, as I could not photograph them in that thick foliage. Marlin bird call app could not identify any. Guess it will do it in a few years as more bird call data would be available. So many birds were calling, we were at a loss which direction to go to. We checked the area where the Nightjars were calling at night, but couldn't spot them. Saw a walkway parallel to the road which was adjacent to many large trees. A lot of calls were coming from that side and we decided to start the birding in that area. Pinstripe tit babbler, common tailor birds were competing in their calls. On our way, we saw an Asian green bee eater on the ground and many flying around. Soon, a bright yellow color drew our attention to a tall bare tree on the roadside. It was black-hooded oriole, whom I am thankful for drawing our attention to this tree, as soon I saw a woodpecker there. On the day from distance, I felt it was black ram flameback, which was common, and hence I did not take any other picture. But as I am creating the video, I feel it is white-naped woodpecker, which is rare, and I regret not following the bird close and instead wasting time photographing a green bird, thinking it as a leaf bird, but turned out to be another green bee eater. As I was about to move my attention to the forest birds on the other side, my attention was drawn again to the bare tree by loud calls of southern hill myna. A branch in front was grabbing the focus during video. Hence, I moved to taking pictures. A plum-headed parakeet was also there, but didn't move at all. As it flew away, a pair of oriental turtle dove came in. The bare tree was like a magnet pulling all birds around. Like this red-whiskered bulbul and red-vented bulbuls, both in adjacent branches. We called the tree goodbye after recording this video of this rufous tree pie. We had other places to explore also. I feel this area where the red soil was exposed might have some ground birds, but there were none that day. But the bush and tree behind had a lot of bird activity. Puff-throated babbler was calling loudly, but it did not come out in the open. However, there was a large flock of brown-cheeked Fulvetta, which was hyperactive. They were crossing the walkway several times, often few feet from us. There was a bush where we saw 4 or 5 at the same time, though the lighting conditions were not great, but could take a few snaps. We also saw a pair of Indian giant squirrel or Malabar giant squirrel on a heavily backlit tree. As we were walking back to the camp, a large bird flew from the ground just a few feet from me. Its feathers touched my hands as I reacted to cover my face. After I settled from this sudden surprise, saw it was a Crested Serpent Eagle as it perched on a nearby tree. I felt lucky as I escaped an accidental injury from its sharp talons, and I was sure the bird also was feeling the same to avoid being hit by a human. With an eagle on the list, we called it a day. Chhotkei Nature Camp surrounding area is very rich, and with time one can find many species. We just spent just an hour and a half. Hope viewer would visit this area and help grow the bird list of this hotspot. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and watch many similar videos on birding and nature, especially my series on different birding spots in Satkosia. Thanks for watching.